I don't want to talk about it.
This is my Indiana Jones fetish in full display.
That was a dangerous bridge.
All right.
Obnum shibari, obnum shibari, obnum shibari. Obnum shibari.
Kalima.
Shukti day.
It's like I never walked across the bridge. I just stood at the other entrance.
I just pretended to look cool for all my friends.
Meanwhile, I'm actually urinating in my pants.
You can't see. It's cut off by the picture.
That's bullshit. It's Lake Superior. That shit's cold as fuck. You'd be afraid too.
All right, let's start this up. Hold on. Here we go. Hey, blasphemers. Welcome to Simple Blasphemy, where we have the best times with the worst topics.
We're three friends that discuss everything and nothing, from wacky headlines to games and trivia. All subjects bizarre and risque are on the table.
Our weekly guests range from friends, musicians, and artists to professionals in a variety of industries.
We go live on Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Want to support the show? Join our Patreon. You can find it and more at www.simpleblasphemy.com.
So grab a drink and join in!
It's too late now. This is Simple Blasphemy.
He's the green machine. Yeah. Welcome to Simple Blasphemy Podcast, all you blasphemers out there. My name is Zach Ward, and I have here with me always Handy's in the green screen.
You know what? You guys could have had something better had I had more time, but instead you will get the notion that a green screen is going to happen at some point.
He's in front of the big green monster in Boston.
Baston.
Is it?
And
we have here
panel.
Mr. Zach, the mean green machine.
The Van Halen machine.
Oh. Nothing?
No, man, not feeling it.
He's
man.
rocking 3 seltzer waters on the turntable tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We are in for one sober happening.
I might have to take a quick leave. I might have to go juice the toilet somewhere.
Okay. And before we introduce our special guest, and he's wondering, God, these guys are old. What are they talking about juicing for? All the info on the show, including episodes and guests and everything else, can be found at simpleblasphemy.com. And if you are new here, please consider sending us a message.
Please to be considering.
Yeah, please send us a message or if a photo or something. God damn it. If you'd like to have our opinion on a problem that you're having in your life, you can always send a Dear Blasphemers to our Facebook.
Ask Zach's.
That's funny. And stay tuned tonight for the news that you need to know. This week's special guest is none other than Alex Brandel. How are you doing today, Alex?
Hello, I'm doing good, man. Glad to be on the show. Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. Let's tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, the last couple of years, and obviously going to comedy. What makes you turn?
Sure, yeah. So I got into comedy. I guess I kind of started in high school. I was in a class. It was like this video media class where you really could do whatever you wanted. And half the time I was just like making funny videos. And the other half of the time I was playing hide and seek with the auditorium lights just turned all the way off because it was my teacher's first year and we took way too much advantage of it.
Everybody's had one of those teachers that actually, this is their first year. What are we going to do? And the kids are like, I don't know. What do you want to do?
Now you did say hide and seek and not hide and pee, right?
Yes, just hide and seek. We did not do we didn't do anything to the auditorium.
No genitals in the auditorium.
Hey, we're gonna go film a video, and he would be like, "All right, see you in an hour," and then Sometimes we filmed a video.
So it's basically like a community. You just had these bullshit classes that you would take. It was just
well, it was just one class. I mean, I still took like Algebra 2 and like, you know.
But then at 2 o'clock you had Ladders 101.
Yeah.
You know, so your teacher, fresh out of college or whatever, is his first job teaching, like something never watched like Coach Carter or any of these, like, you know, very important, like, we're going to make these children, you know, our project to make them better humans. Instead, they said, hey, sure, go make a video.
Well, yeah, and it wasn't like that. He wasn't
trying my cell phone.
He gave us all these really cool projects, and he was a fantastic teacher. I guess we just weren't like trustworthy students.
All right, so and you dove into comedy. How did you know, jump into that whole ecosystem?
Right. Yeah. So I made just like a bunch of funny videos in high school. And from there, I went to BG my whole freshman year. I wasn't in any clubs or anything, but I had a lot of friends, one specifically who had joined an improv team. And I loved Who's Line growing up, but that's like all I really knew. So I went to all the shows, and like I had a blast every single time. And I was like, I have to try this, because after every single show, I was like, oh, if I was in that scene, I would have done this and then done that. And it seemed so awesome. So the next year I tried out, I got on the team, retried out the next year, got back on, just had a blast with it the rest of those 3 years. And then jumping into stand-up, I actually got into that from Ryan, who was a past member or past person on this podcast. Mm-hmm. He started doing stand-up, I think my freshman year, maybe early sophomore year. And he just told anyone with an ear, like, hey, if you're doing improv, you should just try stand-up. Just try it once, see how it is. And I think finally my junior year, I tried it out. And I did it once, and then I stopped doing it for like 4 months. And it went, however, you know, it went as first gigs go, like very fine. People were very nice and laughed.
It helps when they say this is his first show ever, and you're like, okay,
you get the free clap.
We're just gonna dial down that expectation level a little bit and see what happens.
Yeah.
So what was like the first joke you prepared? Do you remember like one of the first jokes you prepared for that?
I do. It's so when I went up, like to kind of help like break the nervousness, I went up and I thought like, oh, if I've been playing the guitar now for like half a year, 6 months, I'm probably good enough to play on stage. So I like tried to play as I was telling jokes. Okay. And I didn't realize at the time that you have to think about playing the guitar and talking at the same time.
And remembering
it's just like, it's not easy. It's not easy at all.
Green.
I would be like playing and then kind of like stop and like, I think 21 Pilots is like 19 pilots too many.
Like, some people just call that delivery. You could have used that and just left it at that. Like
that's just your style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it like, if nothing else, it like helped because they're like, oh, like I can't tell if he's bad or like this is just part of the show.
It's that ambiguous area that really fucks with people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's do our shout outs here really quickly before we dive into the 4 questions with Alex to get to know him better. First and foremost, we like to shout out the top 5 countries listening to our audio version simply because I get the statistics for that. Anyway, coming in at 75.38% of, once again, India. What is up? We appreciate it.
Really awesome.
Yeah. So, hey, what's up, India? We appreciate it. United States coming in number 2, Germany number 3, Canada and Italy are those. And next, we have the shout out from Tanner.
He's got a long way to go from last week.
What's up, guys? Tanner Wirtz here. I want to give a big shout out to my man, Mr. Andy Clark, because he's the only dude I know who would voluntarily drive Vince Neil of Motley Crue to a salad bar. Homie needs it.
I didn't know you did that, Andy. That's really awesome.
Andy, this is directed towards you. What?
I'm gonna just say, got a Big Mac 103, my honk. My honk, kickstock, my honk.
Kickstock, my honk. Okay.
Kickstock, my honk.
That's hot.
Honk.
Sometimes I think we're the Muppets. All right. Before we get to the news that you need to know, and tonight we are playing the game Would You Rather? So prepare yourselves. And if you are in the chat, you're more than welcome to play along. We can see your comments. Not that we can always get to it very quickly in the middle of things, but you can comment away and you can find yourself up on the screen. So, Alex, to get to know you better, we're going to spit 4 questions at you. Quick and easy. It's going down like a prom date. Here we go. Number 1, if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Oof. I feel like the automatic answer, what I want to say, is the power to fly. But I think a smarter answer would be to have control over like time and space, because then you could just like pick up. Yeah. So you just pick up like yourself or anything and like make it fly. So it's like getting double superpowers.
Alex, you would make a good Doctor Strange. Good for
Thank you.
Very good.
I appreciate it.
I thought the other day about superpowers, because we ask this question quite often. It's a good get to know you kind of question. I thought about jumping really high, like Incredible Hulk style jumping.
Oh, as a superpower, or just like right now?
Well,
I mean, you're not the tallest guy, Andy. I don't know
if you wouldn't mind following me outside. I have something to show you. No, but anyway, you jump really high. Like, dude, I really want to jump really fucking high, and then you land and you shatter your knees.
Yeah,
a couple of fucking Coca-Cola glasses on the floor.
Green could fix that.
I really envy you guys, man. I would just like to be able to hold my pee and poop longer.
I don't want to be able. I don't have to sleep or shit or piss or eat.
Oh my god!
They should make like diapers for that, right? Like,
not get a rash, not get the Depends rash.
It's a minor inconvenience.
That's for no control. I still have control. It's just not as usually you can judge it like, oh, I got an hour or 2 hours, man. It's it's fucking like 10 seconds for me. Don't keep your gallbladder as long as you can.
10, 4, 2,
1. All right.
Put it on top of the toilet seat.
Dude, Alex is like, fuck these fuckers.
This dude came into the bathroom and he frosted the toilet seat right in front of me.
He's like, why did Tanner set me up for this? Okay. Question number 2, Alex. What age do you consider old? And tread lightly.
14.
Not when you would date. I'm just saying, like.
Oh my god.
I think like 85.
Okay.
Because I feel like this will be a point where like I'll get to like 70 and I'll be like, I'll still try to do like a flip, like I could probably do it.
I can still water ski. It's okay.
A slalom.
But when I get there, I'll like want to embrace the old. So like once I'm 85, I'll be like, all right, I'm just dinner at 4:00. I'm there.
Build model trains until
where I'm at right now.
Yeah, gonna go.
Hey, you can flip. What, front flip or back flip from the ground?
I can flip on a trampoline. I can break my neck flipping on the ground.
Okay, wait a minute. That insinuates Zach Green can flip one way or the other. Zach Green, which way can you flip?
Oh.
Which way do you flip?
Oh, shit.
The easy one, forward. I'm kind of still afraid to go backwards.
I would like to see this sometime.
I don't know. It's been years, man.
Is there? Oh, hold on. Because we have video qualities on, or ways to do this on this podcast. Is there a way that you can have your wife just videotape you doing it, and then we can just play it?
I don't have a trampoline, man.
Who cares?
Oh no! I was actually really thinking about putting an in-ground rectangle trampoline in my backyard.
Rectangle
next to the
Olympic size.
Oh,
all right.
Fuck the pool, man. I want an in-ground trampoline.
You're taking 3 feet out of the equation of when you fuck up, which is awesome.
It actually matters, by the way.
It does. It totally matters. Like, so if you're gonna like jump up and like hit the ground where you have a like ground level trampoline, you may sprain something. You might not compound fracture something.
Now, before we go to the third question, I'm sitting here with Zach. Green and we're kind of old guys, and we're making a couple jokes. And I'm looking at Alex's hair and Andy's hair. You guys look like you're almost fucking related.
I feel like Andy, that I never knew I had.
Andy, did you want a Maury Povich this one, or oh my, he just went emo and one.
Do you remember when Garth Brooks?
Oh no!
Look at me! I'm Chris Gaines.
He's the Andy when he first stepped in the Reverend Andy.
Yes.
Oh, that's Chris Angel Andy.
It's hilarious because that's like 10 years ago. So
can you levitate?
I remember thinking like, who the fuck is this kid?
I feel like we should look like Brendan Urie's cousins.
All right, we got to move forward. I'm sorry, I'm sidetracking him.
Hang on,
Alex, question number 3: who is your celebrity hall pass? Do you have a girlfriend? First of all,
I do. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Hi, girlfriend.
Just in case she doesn't know, who is your celebrity hall pass that you would actually have sexual relations with and say, hey, sorry.
Listen.
I mean, for the longest time, I've just like Jennifer Lawrence has been my go-to celeb crush. Okay. Always been a big fan since like Hunger Games to the other stuff.
Are you talking about the leak? You're talking about the leak.
Not the leak. No. That's messed up. Not the leak. The movies.
Oh my God. Okay.
It's not Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, is it?
Now, does your girlfriend know this information about you or no? Are we breaking it?
Yeah, she knows I'm a big Jennifer Lawrence fan.
The posters give it away, or have you actually?
The one behind you is not her best role.
Her as a turtle.
Leonardo's
Turtle was the name of the movie.
All right. So shout out to Alex's girlfriend. Here we go. Last question, number 4. What is the worst job you've ever had?
My first job, which was also my worst job, I worked at a Sonic, like fast food joint.
Sure. Roller skates?
So
whoa.
No. I didn't.
That's below his pay grade.
You 100% walked into the reason I was about to give. So I worked in the kitchen, which was like bad on its own. But what made it bad was every time I told someone, hey, I work at Sonic, they're like, oh, do you rollerblade? And you are probably the, 100th person I've had to say no.
Oh!
I don't.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It was perfect. But
so, yeah. Have you ever seen, what's the movie Boogie Nights? Is that what it is? Have you ever seen this movie? Where they had
don't go with Heather Graham.
Roller Girl? No?
I don't know.
Weren't those actually roller skates?
Yeah, those were.
They were. There were 4 in parallel, not 4 in a line, but yeah. Anyway, so
totally
here we go.
Different beast.
Inline
Fine.
skates.
Alex, pleasure to get you know you more. Let's just dive into a few articles here and let's figure out the news that our listeners need to know. Folks, please have your seatbelt down. Here we go. Article number 1. Belgian City finds its former mayor's heart in a fountain. All right. Former mayor's heart in a fountain. Now, this actually dates back quite a ways. He died in 1839, but the authorities built a fountain in his honor and with his family's permission placed his heart under a stone in the monument in 1883. That is significantly far after he actually passed away.
Yeah, I mean.
Anyway, Christian Slater, eat your heart out. That's an Untamed Heart joke. Sorry.
See, I was going to go with anything Gleaming the Cube, but if you wanted to go with Untamed Heart, that's okay.
What do you, Alex, let's just ask you this first, because Green, we want to hear your opinion on this. What is it that humans somehow, noveltize this like body parts and things after death? What do you think about this?
I don't know. I mean, what? So that guy died in 1839. 39, and the heart was put in 89,
83,
40 some years. Yeah,
just a long time.
So I mean, that means that heart was just like on the mantle for 40 years. Like that's where that was Dad's heart. But
now, kids, before you go to bed on Christmas Eve, I want you to rub Dad's heart.
All right, say goodnight to Dad.
Make a wish.
Is that like 1920s talk, Andy?
Polish the ventricle. I don't know. That's
really
how far
good,
I go
man.
back. I don't know what
really
I'm gonna
good.
do besides
Maybe
plug that aorta.
Plug the aorta with your penis.
Here comes the Hindenburg.
All the humanity.
Plug the aorta with your
Stand intercourse with your father's heart. We're gonna put you in the asylum. Sorry.
4 rooms and a okay. So anyway, folks, you can look more into that if you'd like to, but I find that completely bizarre. And speaking of bizarre, this is breaking news. Well, I would say it's more breaking speculation here, but
fake news.
A possible sign of life next door to Earth on Venus. Zach Green, you've been trying to leave this planet for a number of years now, saying it's enough here. I've had it. Have you heard about this? I don't know.
Yeah, it's nothing new.
It's old.
I'm surprised it regurgitated again.
Oh,
yeah, whatever. I don't.
So they're saying there's a byproduct of life that. You sound unenthused. I don't know. It's just old speculation with some new words thrown in with a new date. Whatever. It's just like Mars, Mars used to be a beautiful planet, Used to be.
God, what a prog rock song title.
Mars used to be a beautiful planet.
Oh my God.
That's an amazing song title.
Too hungry for gravy. Mars used to be a beautiful planet.
What an acronym.
No, I don't know. I mean, there's life in places that you wouldn't think there would be life. Like and I don't think our oceans are explored enough. Miles and miles down under the ocean, even right next to a place where lava is spewing up, where the water is superheated, you wouldn't think there'd be life there.
I know where you're going.
Actually life that's been detected in those very volatile areas.
Motherfucker, that shit's tardigrade.
So, I mean, to think that like a planet has to be exactly or close enough to Earth to hold life is bullshit. There's probably life right now on Saturn and Venus and Mars and Jupiter, and even though Jupiter's a gas planet, there's probably shit floating around in the fucking clouds there. We don't know.
There could be sentient gas.
Yeah.
Did you know that it is theorized that in the middle of Jupiter there is an Earth-sized diamond? And if you had a bathtub big enough, Jupiter would actually float.
Okay. Dropping science like Galileo dropped an
Geddy
orange.
Lee called for you. He said, I'm stealing all of these song titles and I'm giving them to Yes.
Geddy Lee or Neil Peart?
Both.
Well,
okay. Not Alex Lifeson. He doesn't give a shit.
All right, let's get out of the line. Let's get out of the limelight for 1 second. Okay. Here we go.
That's the only acceptable way to fucking kill something like that. Yes. I feel like I've gotten a hand job with silk gloves.
Alex is probably like, who the fuck is Rush?
Hey, I know at least like 2 other songs.
So next article that we're going to cover here, and we're getting really close to doing our Would You Rather, folks. And please, if you are chiming in, you can you can comment away and let's have some fun with this. But before that, teenager rushed to hospital after snake bites his penis while on the toilet. And they have video of this, by the way, on the Mirror. So the link in the description just below, folks, you can copy paste and find the headline and actually find the article. We talked about this 2 weeks ago with Kelsey I believe, about snakes in a toilet, but I believe Tanner found this article for us today. So there's plenty of pictures. This isn't a joke. This actually happened in Bangkok.
Bangkok.
And wait,
perfect.
Bangkok or Bangkok in
Thailand.
And he was rushed and got a couple stitches on his member, I guess would be.
Just a couple of stitches.
So Green, last time we talked about this, you found a toad in the toilet. Andy, have you ever found anything in a toilet while you were about to go number 1 or number 2? No.
Yeah, but it's inappropriate.
Just remnants of the last time you were there. Alex, have you ever had a bad experience on a toilet?
No, but that's a loaded question. But
oh, what a shitty way to go about things.
As far as stuff like coming out of a toilet, that's never happened to me. But I remember like the first time I heard that like, oh, snakes and rats can just like swim through the sewers and they can breathe long enough to come up your toilet. I have had like irrationally 1% fear that like someday it's going to happen and like I'm not going to know when or where. And I'm just going to get a snake bite in my butt. And
you're not going to be able to hold it long enough. You're just going to have to shit on top of it.
You're saying the butt's the option? Do you have a thimble?
I'm not trying to disgrace myself, but it's a much bigger target. That's just science.
Thank you for the honesty of your biology.
Humanity.
Oh, the humanity.
I'm going for the darker circle. Okay.
Actually, I did have something that used to scare the shit out of me. Do you guys remember the movie? Well, Alex aside.
Gremlins?
That's right.
No, Creep Show.
Ooh.
Okay, so there was this movie called Creep Show, and it was basically a bunch of vignettes, like horror, like little stories of stuff. And I can't remember if it was Creep Show 1 or 2. So Stephen King wrote one of them.
That's the
Stephen. So the one that I could liken it to is Stephen King's character. He wrote the story.
Oh, I was thinking Critters.
A meteor drops and ends up turning everything organic, and he grows into a plant at the very end and gets upset, and it has a weird, sad ending to it. Okay. But there's a bunch of these little shorts, and I think it was the second Creep Show. There was a woman doing dishes, and it was like a mother doing dishes just at a 1970s, 1980s sink, and these black tentacles came out of the drain and started wrapping around her and pulled her into the drain, like with the force that would squeeze a larger woman, 300 pounds plus, into this little tiny area with these tentacles. And I remember being scared as fuck that I was going to be pooping. And because you're really, like, when you're peeing, you're not as vulnerable. I can jump away. You can, I will pee on you. If I'm in the middle of pooping, I'm frozen. And if the tentacle wrapped around me while I was frozen and pooping, I would, that's it. I'm just getting sucked into the tubes.
Technically, the porcelain would crack before you would be compacted through it.
Thank you so much.
So there's not too much to worry about there.
Awesome.
Do you want to build a snowman frozen or what? So Alex, anything creepy in the toilet? Have you ever like for real?
I wish I had I don't know. We have gnats. I found a gnat in the toilet. Like that's the worst thing I had.
Do you ever get up sometimes? Do you ever get up sometimes, look back and say, "My God, it's a fucking blooming onion"?
So if you're tuning in and you're listening to live chat, give us your worst toilet experience and let's figure this out here. Zach,
that's why I don't have any mirrors in my bathrooms, because I'd be too curious to
Green,
look.
What do you mean by blooming onion?
It looks like a bloom. If you ever went to Outback and had a blooming onion.
Yeah, it's
kind of like if you have a certain type of shit, it kind of represents that in the toilet, and that's why I would say, "God damn, it's a fucking blooming onion."
Oh, I thought you were talking about like your butt after you got
no. What's in the pot?
Onion.
What's in the pot?
Okay,
looks like a fucking blooming onion.
Alex just looks unsatisfied right now. Like,
do you ever his mouth finger covering it over the escape? It's the X on the browser window. He's kind of going.
I've watched a few of the podcasts, and I'm glad I got the poop episode. So,
Which one?
Oh, there was. Do you remember the one we actually had? The whole thing was about poop for the most part. It was a weird.
Once again, which one?
It was an anomaly that we weren't actually counting on. All right, let's do one more article, then we'll jump into Would You Rather. How about that?
Sure.
This article I found super, super interesting. Candace Cameron, who was famously known from her role in Full House, right? Faced a lot of backlash from Christians from posting a picture of her husband grabbing her boob. So she has a picture, I think it was on Instagram, if I remember correctly.
Was that the older chick in the
kind of? Yeah, she wasn't she was the oldest child.
Okay.
DJ?
Yes, DJ Tanner. So
very good. I thought you were going to say, what the fuck is Full House?
Okay, I know Full House. That's a great show.
And a great theme song. So she has a picture of her husband kind of putting his arm around her and then kind of giving her.
No, he cupped the whole thing.
He cupped the teat. And they were just kind of standing there.
They're married. They're a marital couple. What would the Christians have a problem with about that? He has impregnated and has seeded with her.
Calved.
He has calved her. And she has claimed him.
Why did that end up on the internet?
Why in the world would somebody be mad at this? Anyway, I'm going to give you one example of a Christian or I hate to say it that way. I don't mean to say it that way. Just one person's kind of review of this picture. I'm glad they have a happy Christ-centered marriage. However, this is not, says an old-fashioned word, seemingly. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. 1 Corinthians 8:9, as they focus, apply all the surrounding scriptures from 1 through 13. Just not a mature Christian act, in my opinion. Hey, whatever. I could give a shit less. This is simple blasphemy, by the way, right? So this is what she says in response to the backlash. For all you Christians that are questioning my post with my husband's hand on my boob, that's B-O-O-B, my husband of 24 years, thinking it was inappropriate, it makes me laugh because, well, it's my husband. We have so much fun together. He can touch me anytime he wants, and I hope he does. This is what a healthy, good marriage relationship is all about.
I can't give that any more.
Hallelujah.
Hold on, one more.
DJ.
I'm sorry if it offends you, she continued. I'm actually not sorry. I'm glad we have fun together. After so many years, he can touch me all day long. And we're talking consensual here, number one.
By the way,
folks.
TLC stopped writing songs a long time ago, but they could just take that entire thing that she said and turn it into a song. Grab my titty anytime.
Andy, you're vocal about this really quickly. We'll hit Zach next. Andy, what's your thoughts? Do you feel like you should be restricted on touching your wife's breasts in pictures?
My wife is my best friend in the entire world. And if I can't grab my best friend's boobs, just as she would grab my ass or vice versa, or front or back or whatever.
Or your hand through your hair.
She really doesn't do that very often.
Yeah,
not taking applicants.
Let's wipe swap. She'll do it all the time.
Ooh. Huh.
Anyway, sorry.
Well, it is the season. Anyway, yes.
All right. Yes, it is. Zach, do you feel like you should be restricted on touching your wife's breasts?
No, but my question is, like, how did this end up in the public domain?
I mean, what did Instagram?
What did you think was going to happen?
I think it was a series of photographs. It was just one, and I think it was to be cheeky. And I know. Cute.
Well, what do you expect? Everybody's so easily offended today, and as time goes on, people are even more easily offended. But yeah, I mean, it's going to happen. But fuck, in the privacy of your own house, be doing whatever the fuck you want to do. Because I remember being in religion class in high school. I went to a Catholic Jesuit high school, and I remember our teacher in was it Love, Sex, and Marriage was teaching.
They did
that
not have one of those classes.
Yeah, they did. They did.
It was called
and
the
they
Father,
taught,
the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
And the teacher wasn't even a priest or anything.
Different group of people.
Jesuit priest said that the penis shouldn't be going in other areas than the vagina. I mean, you don't start sticking it in your mouth or your ear or your butt. It's only meant for one fucking place.
Or your nose hole.
And if it goes anywhere else, it's just it's a fucking slapping God's face, and it's a sin, and you're gonna go to fucking hell.
Are you slapping God's face with your penis?
Okay, hold on, Alex. We can tell by your fair skin.
And I think that's all bullshit.
Alex, we can that you're a younger man. Do you feel like these old ways? Did you feel like you can put your penis or hands anywhere you want to with consent?
I mean, if both people are cool with it, yeah, like.
So Candace Cameron Bure's husband and she are cool with the fact that he did the old grabby wabby. I'm sure that I've done that with my wife in a photo shoot of some type, just to be silly. And the photographer's like, click, click. I'm keeping this on my hard drive. But
yeah, Alex, what's your favorite part to grab in public of your girlfriend?
Oof.
Oh,
her hand.
Wholesome.
Put that one in the bank.
Golf clap.
Boy.
Golf clap.
Yeah. Well, that's a horrible question. Sorry, but
that's all right. I mean, like, as far as the picture, I think she only got in trouble because there was a picture and it got posted, and like, I don't know. I think it's a dead reason to get upset. Like, sex is an integral part of a relationship. It brings people so much closer together, and like, it isn't even always just like the act of sex that like brings you close, but it's just like, like touching hands, like a hand on a shoulder, a hand wherever, like any sort of, it's just like connecting to somebody else. And like, this picture could have been nothing, just like an accidental like hand on her chest, but like, I don't know. I think everyone should be allowed to express their own love however they want to, and if both parties are cool with it, that's love, man.
I mean, you're a younger guy too. I mean, let's just face it. I mean, the thing today that all of us support here at Simple Blasphemy is normalizing things. I mean, we've had fetish people on the show. We
still have fetish people on the show.
Yeah, we've had some gay friends come on the show and tell their story. We've had some polyamory. We had one girl polyamory. We've always tried to. Yeah, we've tried to like normalize some things, and all three of us could come on here and post a picture of us doing the same thing, just grabbing a titty. Not for the fact that we're men or trying to be dominant, but it's just a part of, like you said, a part of loving life and having fun. And
it's your best friend. God
consent.
Damn it.
Consent. All I have to say is consent.
Consent.
If it wasn't consented, I'm with you. Horrible idea. People can backlash that. But
a wife of 24 years, a husband of 24 years, yeah, chances are there's grabbing some boobies.
Yeah,
boobies, she probably grabbed his boobies.
I mean, Zach Green and I have a problem with our belly button. We don't like people to touch it, or significant others.
I didn't know.
It's like
I just fucking learned about. Oh god, I just learned about this from both you guys.
It's the doorbell to hell.
There's a name for that actually too.
My wife, like when she gets frisky and she, if I grab her boob per se, she will take her finger and try to stab my belly button, and it makes me want to barf everywhere. Green he knows. I mean,
oh yeah. Shit.
When
I'm in the shower and I'm fucking cleaning my belly button area, there's times when I'm on fucking 2 knees, almost about to pass out.
It's just a bizarre, weird.
The second place on my body is my fucking Adam's apple, man.
So what are you saying?
Wearing a tie is horrible.
You could start an OnlyFans where you're just sitting there poking yourself in the Adam's apple and rubbing your belly button. And people can
There's got to be an audience.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that to him? First of all,
I think that I'm finding a way for him to make a little bit extra side cash.
Okay, so let's play the game. Would you rather? All right.
Is that the Willy Wonka font?
I don't know. For the audio listeners. All right. I try to be fun with that. We're gonna play Would You Rather. Now, folks, this is not gonna be comfortable in some ways, and we're just exploring like if we were in the 60s and we just dropped acid and we're just gonna try to figure some shit out. So just chill the fuck out.
Right on.
Let's have some fun, shall we? Alex, let's just start with you first and we'll kind of make it around the circle here. Alex, would you rather be the ugliest person in the world or the smelliest person in the world?
Honestly, probably the ugliest person in the world, because like you can cover that up, you know, like a clothes, like
makeup,
like shirt, pants, mask, like whatever.
Acrylic.
But like if you're constantly
with
smelly,
the Jason Voorhees mask that walks around, he's so sexy.
Especially today, man. You're expected to fucking cover up.
Okay.
I bet he smells great though. Yeah.
Ooh.
Andy, why don't you answer the question? Would you rather be the ugliest person in the world, which clearly isn't true, or the smelliest person in the world?
I would rather be the ugliest person in the world.
Okay.
I
Green?
would, because if something smells bad, no, man. If something smells bad, it smells bad.
It's a stronger turnoff than looks. Like smell over looks.
Yeah, even just fresh yogurt smells bad.
If you check the oil on the most attractive situation,
listen, guys, when I'm checking the oil on the most attractive situation, here's what I don't want to have.
Green, what do you think? Would you rather be the ugliest person in the world?
Well, I already am the ugliest person in the world, so this is natural, baby. This is natural.
Oh, come
Business
on.
as usual.
You're fishing for it. You're fishing for it. Okay.
No, I'm serious, man.
We're gonna start with Zach on this one. Would you rather be smacked in the face with a fish or farted on?
Oh, smacked in the face with a fish.
Okay. Andy's?
Is that a threat or a promise?
Yeah. We're taking all fish too.
Yeah, I mean, can you do it at the same time?
It sounds like a good time.
All kinds of fish.
Would you fart on the fish first?
Sounds like a very ghetto strip club.
Hey,
I can tell you stories about silk stockings up there on 8 Mile in Grand River. Oh, 8 Mile and wherever that
wasn't that on Cinemax?
Nobody's Google searching that. Andy, smacked in the face with a fish or farted on?
I just said, is that a threat or a promise? I'll take both of them.
All right, fair enough. Alex, do you have a preference?
Chuck Berry is impressed with you.
I mean, I've been farted on enough in my life for like that would just be another day. So
you want something unique?
Like that's like some plebeian shit. Like,
all right, this is really bad.
Wait a minute. I need to know. I'm not worried about the previous one. Fish or farts, Zach Ward?
Oh, I can handle farts. That's fine. I have allergies. My smell is not even like 100%, so I'd prefer probably a fart.
So if you got smacked in the face with a fish, would you like break out in hives or something?
I love fish.
Would you just try to bite?
I like to fish. No, that's not part of the question, jerk.
All right, fine. All right,
fair enough.
Yeah.
We'll start with Andy since he put this in my ball court thing.
Balls court.
Would you rather shit on your partner or vomit on your partner?
I would rather shit on my partner.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Is there?
You didn't specify where. If I lean up against my wife and I go, "Hey, baby, what's up?" and I just crap on her foot.
It was that one movie with the in and out. Remember that one movie, Andy? We talked about that. They talk about
the human centipede thing or whatever.
No, it was some God. It was some movie where like you poop into the other person's butt and then the person sends it back. There's a movie that
you're right.
Is that the human centipede?
That is an Andy and Zach conversation. I don't.
It's a different movie. Look it up. There's a movie about.
Green.
No, I don't like any type of fucking scat play.
Excrement.
Yeah, so just
But you have to
that would
one.
totally fucking suck. Yeah, I had to clean it up enough to where I'm more familiar with that.
I know.
Around here at the greenhouse, we go Greek.
Hey, by the way, with this, you have to answer one of them. That's part of it. Would you rather poop on your partner or vomit?
Throw up, vomit. Okay. Yeah.
Barf.
Judging by your
scream at the bushes.
I mean, come on. You eat pretzels and berries, so you're probably fine just throwing up. Alex, what would if you had to do one or the other?
I mean, I think poop is like just 1% grosser.
Yeah, that's what the hell?
Like it's so close. It's so close. But
if you said I had to poop on somebody's face, I'd be like, no, man, I'd rather pop it on your face. But like if I could poop on somebody's foot, oh yeah, come on. I might do that tonight.
I think it's I've like people like get drunk at parties and like sometimes you throw up and like you're helping them throw up and like a little bit gets like on your shoe and it's like, all right, this person feels bad, like I can deal with it.
You got thrown up on.
Like sick at a party and they were just like shitting and then they shat on my shoe. I was like, all right, well,
I am so with you. I'm so with you, Alex. I can't even. Yes. All right.
Alex shies away from the shoe shitter.
Here we go. The next. What
about laying like on a long glass coffee table and having somebody take a shit on top of the fucking glass coffee table and it doesn't actually touch you?
Are those Bob Dylan lyrics?
That's the glass bottom boat, by the way. Okay. Hold on.
I don't think they made coffee tables like that since the fucking 70s, man. That's a thing of the past.
I had that coffee table in my college house.
Well, I have some fetishists that would like to buy it off of you.
No, really. All right, Alex, this one is you first.
Okay.
Would you rather never have to pee again or never have to shit again?
I feel like you pee more often, so probably pee because poop's like, like once a day, maybe.
Okay.
That's a forced cigarette break.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing is that back in the 70s, okay, so back in the 70s and 80s when you could smoke in everywhere, you would go in to you have your morning constitutional in the office and you'd be allowed to smoke cigarettes. So you just fucking sit on the toilet and smoke and maybe read the newspaper.
Okay.
That was like
the
your
student union newspaper?
Perhaps. Or the Toledo Blade, maybe.
That's one to poop to.
That's the one to poop to. But you used to be able to. That's what you used to be able to. So you're talking about that's like a forced. You're not going to. You're pooping. This is the time that you're spending pooping.
So Andy, what's your answer on that?
What was the question?
Would you rather never have to pee again or poop again?
I'd rather never have to pee again. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that green? Change their motto.
Well, I gave up drinking pop and all that shit. I drink a shitload of fucking water and I pee all the fucking time and it's no problem at all, man. Thank God you should fucking whip it out and fucking pee anywhere. But shitting is a very traumatic experience for me, and it takes at least a half hour or more. And literally, I have to take all my clothes off if I'm going to take a shit. And there's a little big fucking cleaning process that's involved, and it's very time consuming. And I just think that most of my life here on this planet is fucking the process of shitting, and it's
You take all your clothes off to poop?
Especially Trader's hand sanitizer.
It depends on where you're at. Like if you're at somewhere away from home and an amusement park or at work and shit and it's a shitty environment, no, you keep it on. But like if you're in a very comfortable spot, man, this is what I've been doing since I was a fucking kid, man. I don't know.
Yeah, hold on.
I think I need to
dramatic fucking experience. It's like
Andy,
fucking.
Fine.
Time out.
I don't know.
1 second.
It's
time out. I got a good one.
I don't want to shit anymore. I've had a lifetime of shitting, and I'm tired of it.
Zach Green. Zach Green. One of your favorite pastimes and one of your favorite restaurants of all time is Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips place. Now you can walk into that place and you can whiff the fried fish and chips, and probably thinking, your body just says this is not a place to go potty.
Well, especially now since I had my gallbladder taken out. But since I had my gallbladder taken out, those places have disappeared, so I don't have to worry about that anymore.
So
right now, my wife has a very strict diet, and I'm like, I don't really like eating anyway, so I'll just eat whatever you make. So, I'm eating clean and healthy, and
okay, fair enough.
I'm fine.
Enough. You don't seem like a very unhealthy gentleman, honestly, based on the water intake.
I drink shitload of water.
Maybe an occasional cigar and a little bit of booze intake, but other than that, you're basically
a case of 5-hour energy.
Dude, and if my wife is out on business and she's away from the house, I can easily go 72 hours before I even think like, holy shit, wait. Probably should make a sandwich. It's been 72 hours since I ate, See, that's I'm just not into the whole fucking eating thing and shit.
That's not emboldening to let you do your thing.
Alice, this is what I have
and
to
like I said,
to.
I'm not one of those guys that love eating and stuff. So it's like, listen, I know I got to eat to fucking breathe another day. So whatever you fucking make, I'll eat it. And just
all right.
let's get it over with.
The whole boob thing was way better. Okay. So the next would you rather, we're going to start with Alex over here. Here we go. Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button on your life?
I feel like rewind would be more practical. I feel like pause would be a lot funnier because you just pause and be like, it was it. Well, I messed up. And then just like press play and like keep going.
Would you pause something or rewind something and always say, I suppose you're wondering how I got into this situation?
Yeah.
Every time you do it.
I think I would just pause and just be like, take a big sigh and just be like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, and then keep going.
Oh, dude, seriously.
Andy, what would you say?
I'm basing stuff off of what Alex said. Like you when you pause, you get a chance to really take in what you just did.
Mm.
And like that's really cool. Think of how much you could grow as an individual if you were able to be like, man, this is God, I just
when I got married, I would like to pause that for a couple seconds, you know what I mean, and just take it in, just the whole ceremony.
No, good with the positive side. That's a positive side. Most of the time when you pause stuff, or when I think about pausing something,
shit,
I shouldn't have said that. Or I suppose how you're wondering how I
that was the wrong person. I should have crapped on their feet.
Exactly. But still, I think that I would do rewinding because if you think about it, you'd have to think for a second and pause on what had just
and you could change your outcome.
Or you could rewind.
Green, I'm assuming you want to rewind, right?
I do. I do the pause thing every day on really cool stuff, and it doesn't make it last any longer or make it any sweeter. So fuck that. But
damn,
rewind. I was born in the very early parts of the 1970s, so I remember a lot of the 1970s, and it was.
You were born in the middle.
No, I was born in beginning part of 1973.
All right, fine.
And I started creating memories by the time I was 1 year old, so I remember a lot of the 70s, and it was fucking awesome, and I'd love to go back and
rewind. All right, I'm with you on that. We'll do Alex in this one again. Only because he's younger, who knows what his penis looks like. Would you rather like a circumcised penis or an uncircumcised penis for yourself?
That's a leading question. Whatever he answers is what he's got.
Andy, why don't you just shush it?
I mean,
really?
I guess.
Why did you ask this?
Turtleneck or V-neck? Like, what are we talking here?
I guess I'd try the turtleneck out, see what all the hype's about,
Okay, all right. Oh, Andy just uses cum towel to cover his face.
Is it stiff? Is it like sandpaper?
That's my shirt.
It sounds like this. It smells like the. Smells like the sea.
I'm so glad I told my entire family to watch this episode of the podcast. So they can learn about the wild shits I take. And
Long John Silver's fucking toilet seat.
Why did I ever share this? Green, come on, man. Circumcised or uncircumcised? What would you, if you had a chance to do over?
Well, there's back in like the mid 90s, I was dating this nurse that was 6 years older than me, and she's the one that told me that I was circumcised, and I was fucking blown away. I thought circumcision was like some Jewish thing they did in their fucking practices and shit like that. I had no idea. I thought everybody was born that way, but knowing that how you're born, that just seems like a lot of work. There's like a lot of you really gotta. You got a lot of maintenance involved, a lot of cleaning, and it's just I don't got time for that shit. So just the cut, is you're good to go.
You like
right.
It looks better,
So you're advocating for having a circumcision.
I do. It's less work. I got a lot of shit that I got to accomplish in life, and there's a lot of things I still want to do. And if I got to take that time, that extra time,
you don't want to
clean that shit out. I mean, that's time away from my life, and I'd rather do other things.
You don't want to dip the Q-tip in hydrogen peroxide.
No,
I
don't want all that. Those those dick boogers and shit like that,
I've never heard that in my whole entire life.
It's my favorite.
I want to change my answer. I want to change my anscer. I want to change my answer.
But I heard it feels a lot better. So I don't know.
All right, let's get back to a safer question.
Now batting number 43, dick boogers.
So we used to talk about ball butter, now we're dick boogers. Okay. So let's dial this back into a little bit more of a male, happier question, really quickly.
Podcast. Oh shit!
So, Andy, let's just start with you because you're a sensitive man. You're in touch with your feelings. You probably cry from hearing time and time again. Here we go. Would you rather cuddle with your partner every day, or shower with your partner every day?
Cuddle.
Okay.
Sometimes I just want to just go in there and get clean and not have to fuck around. I have 5 minutes to take a shower.
All right.
Piss, tits, butthole, 2 fingers.
Okay, that's weird. Alex, would you rather cuddle with your partner every day or shower?
I think I'd also have to go with cuddle. It's just like cuddling is the bomb. Mm-hmm. It's just like so warm and comfy and like safe.
You don't have to do anything except cuddle. You don't have to wash.
You're just there and you're just like,
you don't have to talk.
You're like, I love you too, and then you're like, oh man, this is awesome.
I can't hear you. The water's going.
Yeah, Green. What would you prefer if you had to choose one every day? Cuddle or shower?
I don't know. I think the showering, because you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone, because I cuddle in the shower and I like the slipperiness of the fucking soap where you don't get that when it's dry skin.
You know what, Green? I'm actually with you. I think I would love to shower every day, even if it was only for like 4 minutes, because you're guaranteed to like see or rub or clean.
Oh yeah, and the
your
slipperiness
partner,
of the soap and stuff like that.
Yeah, your partner. And it does,
and both people are awake,
exactly. Both people are awake, and you're kind of like just having a little.
You're standing.
It's arousing and it's fun. It gets your heart rate up, and
you're in the conscious mood of more consciously being in a playful mood.
We're vibing
rather than I'm so tired. I'm gonna fall
exactly.
There's always water in your eyes. You get water in your eyes.
Well, hey baby, could you look over there against the wall while I wash my asshole? Could you look over there for me while I'm doing that? That's not.
Oh, come on, Andy. You're old enough. You know how to watch.
I gotta thaw my butt cheeks really quick. I'll be right back.
There's nothing like.
Do you ever blow a load like in the shower when your dick was soapy, and then for some reason through the suction it pulls the soap into your fucking penis hole and it fucking burns?
No, this is not the would you rather we're talking about. Shut. Is there a mute button?
You can still avoid that and still cuddle in the shower, but if you're actually
that's how we mute that shit.
All right, well, guys, thanks for having me on. This has been great. Really, thank you. So,
wow,
he's gone. Oh,
that was the first time in Simple Blasphemy history someone got muted. Don't you ever?
Are you serious?
Yeah, don't you ever talk about soap in the pee hole ever again?
No,
Green?
really. Did we get muted or something? I thought I talked about a lot worse things.
That's a good point. All right.
That's pretty sure that when I watched Mary Poppins, they talked about soap in the owl.
That's fine. Hey, we got one more question. We got to get through this. We're at the hour mark, and this is where we wrap it up. Here we go. Would you rather be famous while you are alive and then be forgotten after death, or unknown when you are alive and to be famous after death? Alex, you are up first. Would you rather be famous while you're alive and forgotten, or unknown while you're alive and famous after death?
I'd probably go with unknown alive, famous dead. Everything you hear about like celebrities, like going like once they're celebrities, they go out in public, they do anything. They're just always followed by people, or they get stalked by people. They're getting judged for doing something right or doing something wrong, no matter what it is.
Grabbing a boob, you know.
Yeah, like that's the most ridiculous thing. And I would rather just like live my life just the way I want to and not have to worry about people judging me for like the choices I make. And then after I'm dead, if people like me, that's cool. Like I did my stuff. I appreciate it, but I'm out.
Zach Green, what say you?
I have to agree with Alex because I had the experience of, knowing some famous people like, Marshall Mathers and Kid Rock and whatnot. And the stories they would tell me, like Marshall, he had to have a fucking shitty blown out 80s Caprice Classic rusted out just if he wanted to go out to the store and get something, because if he drove a really nice car, eyes would be on him and they're like, oh, that's so-and-so. And just the stories he told me, it sounded like a life of hell. And I'm glad that I am not famous or known, because it doesn't sound like fun at all.
All right. Andy's, what do you think? Same difference?
Yeah, no, I'm going to go with the same thing. I don't think that, I don't think that anybody that's got kids, like for me, if I'm going to die unknown but become famous and my kids or my kids' kids can benefit from it, that's kind of neat. That's kind of a cool legacy to have.
Yeah.
All right. So we are at the 1 hour mark. Do you guys mind doing one more article before we leave? Is that okay? Time for it?
No, Alex tried to leave earlier.
Good enough?
I saw it. I watched it.
I mean, if the article's about like jerking off in the shower, then I might peace out. But like, I guess we'll see what it is.
What about?
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for making you feel squeamish on that one.
I'm just messing around.
Yeah, we're not jerking off here on this one. Okay. So the next article is Florida woman arrested for test driving a toy at an adult superstore without paying. Now, can you imagine?
Yes.
Oh, I heard this.
So you're going into your adult bookstore nowadays, maybe for something that vibrates, or perhaps a scent or a lubricant, and off in the corner you see a woman test driving.
Her name's Trisha.
Things that are not supposed to be test drived. I mean, you don't. This isn't like pay to play or whatever. What would you do if you walked into that situation, Alex? We have to put you in the hot seat.
Sure. Do I work at the store, or am I just like?
No, you're just like you're there to buy your normal month's worth of adult stuff.
I mean, I'm not gonna stay if it's going on. I guess it's like what I should start with.
Would you check out, or would you walk out? Would you like check out and get your stuff that you came to buy and be like, all right?
If I like,
by the way, there's a woman masturbating in the corner.
I'd be like, but like, can you check me out? Like, kind of.
Well, hold a second. No, wait. Let me rephrase this. Maybe let's rephrase this and like make it more 2020. have you guys ever heard of the service called Shipped, or people that shop for you at the grocery store?
Yeah.
So say somebody hired you to go into the adult superstore to pick up their monthly needs, whether it be a flavored lubricant or perhaps a condom or
a single condom,
a colored or LED diaphragm, and you have no other choice but you're there, you see somebody actually test driving a product that was in a box, and you know what I mean, like,
or soon will be.
I mean, what say you, Alex? Like, ma'am, can you please stop doing? Would you, Citizens on Patrol, that, or
would you totally Police Academy that shit? Would you?
Yeah, what's that called? Citizens arrest?
Citizens arrest. I would probably send a message to the person I'm delivering whatever they ordered and be like, "Hey, excuse me. Hope things are going well. It's your delivery guy. I am not gonna be able to get that video for you. There is a woman furiously masturbating in the store.
Furiously.
Here's a code for 15% off next time."
Fair enough.
Send the message.
Green.
You're gonna want to get Craig to do the shopping for you. He loves that shit.
Now, I asked the same question to Green. When somebody catches you test driving a sexual toy in a super
sexual toy.
I
thought that was funny. What the hell?
I laughed.
Green, could you imagine walking into a sex toy thing and somebody was actually,
I actually, where I grew up, I'm not surprised. I mean, there was, 23, 24, early 25s. My friends and I went to all the strip clubs on 8 Mile. Now, 8 Mile is like the Las Vegas
in Detroit
of strip joints, and we hit them all, and there's adventures in every one of them, and the shit that we've seen, and especially in a lot of the lower class establishments like Silk Stockings and stuff like that. None of this would faze me today, so I'm really the wrong person to ask, so if I were to actually walk into somewhere place where I would see that, I would just be like, oh, geez. Just continue on with my day, man.
I have a question before you ask me. Could you reread the title? I want to make sure that I get it right before I say anything. Like,
Florida woman arrested for test driving toy at an adult superstore without paying.
The headline denotes that they allow you to test drive their stuff
as long
as you pay it. It's like there's a Nintendo 64 in the corner, but that's not a controller.
I mean, it's on a little retractable like chain.
There's a little.
You don't walk off with it.
There's a sleeve that you dip into first.
You should have said Nintendo Switch, because that.
That's the SNM. Yeah, well,
a little more current.
Bam, bam.
Cobra Kai. Okay. Well, we have reached the end of our journey here on Simple Blasphemy. Alex, you look mortified at this point.
No, come on. You still tell all your guests. Don't put that on me.
You have been a wonderful guest, Alex. I hope that we can have you back on in the future. Now that you know what to be prepared for, and you can throw it. You could throw it back in our face, I suppose.
Sure.
Hey, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in and staying here so long, if you've made it all the way. And India, Zach, can you give a shout out to India real quick? I just blew your
India. Thank you.
Blew your tweeters.
I don't know why, but thank you.
We appreciate everybody. We stream on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and also we do the audio version through
those
Apple Podcasts, everywhere. Yeah, everywhere.
And the Napsters and Shit.
And if you ever get a chance to give us a high five, a thumbs up, or a
double dollar,
just give us some feedback or something to talk about to add to the show, we would appreciate it. Alex, you've been nothing more than a pleasure. We hope the best for your comical career to take off.
Do you have something to give us, like the Instagram, the Twitters, the
way to find it?
So
Thank
I'm
you,
on
Andy.
Twitter. My handle is @_BRANDEL. And I have an Instagram, and my whatever thing is the Brandman 95.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want, you can check those out or not.
Fair enough.
Thank you, Alex, for being on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun. You guys are super awesome. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem. We'll have you back on. Folks, next week, I believe we have Fish Fisher, another songwriter extraordinaire from Nashville, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, Toledo. He travels around like a gypsy.
We're going to get Ugly's son, lead singer.
Yeah, he's had a lot of songs on the charts. So we get to dive into his world next week. And stay tuned, folks. Alex, thank you once again. And folks, we will see you next week. Take care.
Here's my voice.
Bye.
See ya.